The next part of the screen I want to give a little bit of time to are the page controls. Page controls can make it really easy for reading. Now, first of all, let's look at zooming in and zooming out of the page. So you've got this minus here and plus here to zoom in and zoom out. And you notice it's changing the percentage of magnification. So I could just say, show me the actual size of the document, or show me the fit width. So there's that way as well. But also, if you've got a wheel on your mouse, control wheel forward to zoom in and control wheel backwards to zoom out is also a very, very handy way of zooming in and zooming out. So that's a variety of zooming options. Now, the other thing you've got is this option here, which if I click this gives me more tools, such as fit one full page. So I'm just seeing one full page on my screen. Or fit to width scrolling. So that allows me to fit to the width of the screen and scroll accordingly. So those are handy options as well. But the other thing you've got is when you go to view, you can go into zoom options in here. And there's some shortcut keys mentioned as well. So if I wanted to go actual size, it would be Control 1. And if I wanted to fit to width, it would be Control 2. And Control Y is Zoom 2. So there's some shortcut keys mentioned here as well. But there's also page display. I can ask to see a single page, which I'm seeing now. Or I could ask to see 2 pages side by side. Or I could ask to see 2 pages scrolling, which means that they scroll nice and easily and butt up to each other. So there's a variety of ways that you can view your pages as well. So I'm just going to go back to view and page display and just say, look, just give me single page view, and I'm happy with that. This is a way of moving between the pages, page 2, page 3, page 4, but also you can edit this value and say, look, I want to go directly to page 1 and press enter. And you've gone straight to page 1. So how many pages you've got and which page you wish to be on, or just moving up and down is an option as well. Now, as far as page controls go, let's say we want to see the page controls. So I'm going to go to view and I'm going to go to show hide, and I want to choose page controls and basically undock. So when I undock, the page controls are now all at the bottom here. The zooming in, the zooming out, the percentage magnification, the fit to options, full screen, fit to window, and even being able to, if I rest on this, show and hide page thumbnails, which we'll look at shortly. So you can have them floating. Undocked is another word for floating, and so your page controls stay towards the bottom of the page, and sometimes they disappear. So if I go, I can never make them disappear when I want them to. There they go. So they disappeared. But as soon as I move my mouse to the bottom of the page, they reappear. So that's my sort of cue that I want it to come back. So if they do disappear on you, as they just did now, move your mouse towards the bottom and they'll reappear. If you find that a little bit annoying and you don't want that, then hit this last button. This last button will move those page controls back up to this toolbar, which will then become a lot busier than you can currently see it now. So I'll move them back up to the toolbar, and so all the page controls are now a part of and incorporated in the toolbar. So you can have undocked or docked page controls. Okay, now in an earlier video we also looked at the tools view. We said that there were 3 views. There's the document itself, there's the home view, and there's also the tools view. Now in the tools view, that's the place where you discover all the tools that you've got available to you in Acrobat. And what you have on the right hand side is the tools pane, and I've added some things to this tools pane. For example, I've added organize pages and fill in sign and request e-signatures. So if I want to remove these, of course, I can just hit this X and that will get rid of organized pages. But if I decided I wanted to bring that back, then there's my organized pages there, and now I have the option to add it. So if it says open, then it's already been added to the tools pane. But if it says add, then it hasn't been added to the tools pane. So I'm going to click add, and that'll add organized pages back to my tools pane. If I want to arrange these, I simply drag them up. So I could drag that up and put it under combined files, and I've moved it back to where it should be. So you can delete it, you can rearrange it, and you can add it from your tools pane. So You've also got the option here also to remove it this way. Instead of hitting this little X, you can just go to here and remove the shortcut. And if you want to learn more about that particular feature or tool, choose the Learn More option. But I'm just going to add it again and add it and move it up and put it under Combined Files. So the Tools pane is very, very handy, and we'll be using that a lot. So make sure that your Tools pane looks like this. Add, rearrange, and prepare your Tools pane so it looks like this. Now, if you need to search for a tool, which I don't think you should need to do because they're pretty, the list is quite concise. But if you do need to search for it, you can search using that option in the top left corner.